welcome back to the channel. So today it's a 2026 X7 M60i, the M Performance, and not quite the top of the line of the X7, so that's reserved for the Alpina XB7. This one is the G07 chassis finished in Tanzanite Blue, and it is really well equipped. So begin up front with our split headlight design that debuted on the LCI version of this X7. So daytime lights on the top portion, and sort of reminiscent of the pre-LCI iX, and then down below dual headlight design. It also has a cornering light and shell line lights. The grille blacked out, which means M Sport Professional. And the slats here are vertical orientation, the giant M badge embedded in there. Parking assistance camera in between the grills, or right below it. Down below, this is a sensor for the Driving Assistance Professional package, which this car does have. If you do not have that spec from factory, that thing is there, it's just not hooked up to anything, so you can't add anything to the vehicle, like active cruise control, for example, that you can on other vehicles. Moving over the side, we get the style 913Ms. They are 22-inch wheels, so you have a choice of 21, 22, or 23-inch wheels on the X7. The black M Sport calipers, and you see floating center caps. And I do have the suspension that's lowest setting for easy ingress and egress. Let's make our way to the back. We have our tail lights. Then we have X7 badging in black, as well as the M60i badging. That is a port installed accessory, and the port is basically like the port of exit. So there's a separate building at BMW plant Spartanburg where all the accessories are put on the vehicle and then shipped out to your dealer. Down below, we have a quad exhaust. And here's that rear 3/4 view of the X7. Got the sun hitting the Tanzanite, bringing out a very lovely shade of blue. All right, so we're making our way around the vehicle, get inside, and go over pricing and options. You see Fender M badge there, part of that black emblems package. Opening up, we've got the Tartufo extended merino leather. I think a really good combination with Tanzanite Blue. Door card upper portion, maybe leather or maybe synthetic here. You have some Tartufo here. Surprisingly, no galvanic controls on the X7. You see carbon fiber trim and the Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Down below, scratchy black plastic there. And we got our standard seats. Obviously, it's going to be a very comfortable seat. Lots of nice details, including the quilting effects, the perforations. Really well bolstered. And everything's powered. So, down below, power adjustments here for side bolster, lumbar support, crumb catcher, and upper backrest adjustment. M60i badging here on the door sill. All right, so in front of me, your Legacy M Sport steering wheel. Legacy because it's round. You got M badging, you got M stitching. Controls on the left-hand side for cruise control and assisted driving, and then shift pedals. In front of me, iDrive 8.5 live cockpit. And then head-up display. The rest of the curved display here. And upper portion of the dashboard, this is leather, it's optional. And then carbon fiber trim with M badging that lights up. Got your vent controls. And then more carbon fiber trim here in the center console. Got your cup holders. Also heated and cooled. And the USB-A port there. Then the start stop button, drive selector nub, and iDrive control knob all in glass or crystal. And then your adjustments here for the suspension or air suspension height. All right, starting price, the 2026 X7 M60i is $113,900. Tanzanite Blue is a premium paint, that's $1950. The extended merino leather is standard on the vehicle. You get full leather for an extra charge, of course. Driving Assistance Pro for another $2,500. That does include the Highway Assistant. M Sport Pro for $300. The Executive Package for $2,100. Climate Comfort Package for another $1,600. We got carbon fiber trim for $300. The dashboard for $900 in leather. Bowers & Wilkins sound system for $3,400. You can see the fitted luggage compartment mat, as well as the wheel locks, the M badges in black, all with our floor mats, floating center caps, as well as the first aid kit. All told, MSRP of this particular example, $129,280. Estimated fuel economy. All right, so moving to the back, there's no comfort access to the rear doors. Here's that Tartufo on the middle row here. Of course, you can also opt for the captain's chairs for the middle row. However, those seats don't fold flat or flat-ish, meaning you don't have the cargo capacity you would with the bench seats. All right, so here's a view of the cockpit from the back seat. Our LED sky lounge. Then in the middle row, you have vent controls, dual climate control zone for your middle row passengers. Down at the bottom, 2 USB-C charging ports. You also get a USB-C charging port in the back of each of the front seats, as well as a travel and comfort system. Also some pouch for storage. Knee room, leg room, pretty good in the middle row. Then headroom, not much of an issue. And we're going to hop in the back row. All right, and you do have adjustments down here for your middle row seat, also on the opposite side here. So some tilts forward and backwards, etc. And getting in the back seat, you can press this button here. And it's all powered, so it does take a little bit of time. Tilts up to allow entry and exit into that third row. I'm going to collapse that seat on me. So with that climate comfort package, you get a 5th climate control zone for your ultimate rear passengers. And then a moonroof shade here, controlled back here. But knee room, leg room, it can be pretty tight back here. It's not terrible. Of course, these seats can move forward a little bit. Then headroom can be an issue back of the X7 if you're unfortunate or fortunate enough to be sitting in the back row. You watch the movement here. The ballet for getting passengers out of the third row. I will note that you can also control the seats exit and entry through the front controls up here. And of course, soft closed doors, which I didn't demonstrate. And out back, you can use the kick to open. That upper portion of the clamshell opens up. So out back, you do have a little bit of extra storage below, and this is that luggage compartment mat. It is fitted to the third row being up. And then if you opt for the optional space saver spare, it fits in there. But you can also fold down the rear seats. We can do max luggage. We're going to press that button there. I'm just going to do the ballet here. I'll fold it down the third row, and then the second row, which I think won't happen because of the floor mats being stored right there. So let me go ahead. I'm going to fold down the second row. Oh wait, there it goes. So not quite full capacity here just because of those floor mats being stored somewhere. So it will not completely crush you if you're in there. It does recognize there's something there and fold back up. Do max passengers again. And you do have kick to close or the powered tailgate. Just going to press that button right there. All right, so make our way to the front. Let's be taking more of the Tanzanite Blue here. We're going to pop the hood. All right, so here's the S68 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo engine with a mild hybrid. And that gets you 523 horsepower and 553 torques. So plenty of power on this X7 M60i. But that's it, and we'll see you at the next video.